Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be taking a look at Seth Rollins' Radical Revolutionary with his gear. So the gear looks awesome. I love this. It's a callback to the Hell in the Cell with Cody where he wore Dusty's gear. Absolutely love the gear. It's got to be one of the best gears in the game look-wise. Very cool. It adds 100% gem damage. So there's that. And then we have the 8th anniversary moment here, which adds 3 to the multiply gems and 50% to the blue. The multiply gems is what we're concerned about here. Also 50% to yellow doesn't do anything. And receive 50% less damage from all colored gems. So keep that in mind. To use the moment, you can get it. It's up all month. Do the blitz. You got to level your people up and then you can get it. But to use it, you'll need to get Asuka or Cena, so you have 3 to unlock it, because it takes 3 to unlock it. Alright, now that that's out of the way, because I think the people that might use Seth is going to vary, and it's very possible you got his gear without having a lot of crazy stuff, so I just thought to be a little bit different, I'd start off, and don't worry, I'll use better stuff too, but I would start off with Fury 1, and a no gem damage strap. So we got a full set of Fury 1 and a move defense strap to start with. We'll use better stuff too. Moveset is not that, boy. It's the double black. So we're going to use the 450 splash, the belly to black back, and the super kick, right? So 450 splash, 818k damage, choose a 7x1 area. Making a 1-turn countdown gems. They'll make 5 random into multiply gems of strength 4 at the end of the countdown. Belly to back suplex, 705k damage. Choose 5 gems to make into blue. It's also a reversal. You can't be subbed. And then the super kick, 7 MP, 871k damage, 35 multiply gems into black gems. Entourage for this one, we're going to go a little bit more friendly. So we're going to go... We're going to go Priest for 2 black, and also guys, keep in mind at gold, Priest is a big deal now, because he adds 2 multiply gems on top of the 2 black MP, and then we have Woods for 4, so you're loaded turn 1 and feud, and then just Chelsea and Zombie Gunther for 60% multiply gem damage. I think this is a trainer set most people will be able to run, and again, no plates for this, a move defense strap, and Fury 1, so... This is his, like, bottom end, kind of, with the moment and the gear. And you can obviously go up significantly from here. So for me personally, the only thing I don't care for about Seth is his gameplay loop. As it's a much older playstyle. We first saw this, I think, with Zombie Orton, like, 2+ years ago. And then more recently with like Tech Cody and people like that. So you can see though, 59 million damage. So you're looking at right around 60 million damage bare bones with that. The damage is quite good. Gameplay loop is a little bit dangerous, and it obviously goes up from there. If you use higher impact trainers and coaches, as well as a strap and stuff. I'll probably jump back and forth and show you a few in-betweens too for people. So actually, let's just do the 100% strap with the trainers we were using before I jump right to... So this will be 100% strap and Z-plate with the same trainers we just had. Because this is a much more obtainable set of trainers than the next one. So let me give you an in-betweener as well. This also has the Z-plate. When you make countdown gems, increase your gem damage by 50% for 2 turns. Also, for anyone that doesn't know, the plate that came out with Seth that most of y'all got, black move does 50%. It only lasts 1 turn, so it won't work on Seth. Because when you swipe here, it gives up a turn. So you lose a turn, so that plate won't work on Seth. if you were curious. So Z plate's going to be your plate in the primary. I managed to do a row break because I'm bad at this game. We still should get a decent hit. Uh, 54 million even with the mistake. Let's try this again. Hopefully without me cascading. That will happen. For sure, the cascades will happen. I think a good comparison is if you're a big fan of Tech Miz, and you like using Tech Miz, then you'll probably like Seth. You're gonna get your share of cascades, and stuff will go wrong, but he will hit very hard with the gear. Alright, this should be a much greater outcome here. 82 million with those trainers and 100% strap and a Z plate, right? So let's move it up. And along with the 100% strap, I have the Judgment Day plate on. If I was going to play Seth, this is how I would play him, I believe, with the gear. This could also potentially be fine for a black boss, because it's going to hit very hard. And you wouldn't need the Judgment Day plate for that. In fact, the Judgment Day plate doesn't add any damage. It's just there in case you cascade, so you don't get hit in the face. Because, you know, getting hit in the face isn't that fun, to be honest. Just my opinion. Plus, when people have MP, they tend to wreck your board. So, without this, Seth is much riskier, much less riskier with it. Just so you know, we don't see this offered a lot, these MP draining plates. I'm not sure why. When you make 6 or more countdown gems, deplete 6 MP from each of your opponent's moves. I'm not sure why we don't see these plates more often. They aren't really impactful in the sense that they don't add any damage, so they don't really disrupt gameplay balance at all. So I'm surprised Scopely doesn't offer them more, to be honest. And in fact, I don't place very high value on them at this point in the game, personally. So let's make sure. Oh boy, I'm an idiot. Oh well. I didn't cascade though. That one would have been my fault. Luckily I didn't cascade. And you can see we're over 100 million. That's 103 million, and we missed 2 multiplies, so potential's there to go over 110 million with this, get some substats, go even farther, right? So he's really quite good that way. And I don't have a graphic for this, but I do have one bonus thing. I don't even know who did it. I was on stream and somebody mentioned that on Facebook somebody used the trap gems with Seth and the blue Royal Rumble plate. Apologies that I don't know the name of the person who did it. I glanced, like I saw it come up and I glanced at it and I'm like, oh, this is all right. I wouldn't use a Royal Rumble plate on it, but it is interesting when you have all the stuff. So, and it is just a one move with a trap. It does take a lot of resolve time. However, the Shinru 6 MP blue, a million damage, make 20 random gems into traps. If broken by your opponent, steal up to 550k health. We don't care about that. If broken by you, deal 850k damage and make 5 random gems into blue gems. So we're not getting a ton of damage from the blue gems. We are getting a lot of damage from trap gems, though, at 850k a piece. So 20 of those is like, I don't know, 20 million, right? And then the gem damage. So, and like I said, I don't have a graphic for this one, so I should probably turn this off. It's just kind of like a bonus thing. And this would be Lawler, right? I don't need to put him in because, you know, you would know after 99 MP. And then 2 extra traps. That's essentially adding 1.8 million damage just for the traps alone. So it's quite good. And then we're probably just going to focus on blue here with 40%, right? So And you just throw your traps out. And then you make... But not against Sammy, guys. I know he does that too. I know he does that. But I just forget, like, when I'm doing a video all the time. I feel like that's there just to get me. Like, oh my gosh, how many videos have I done this in now? In streams. It's a lot. Let's try this instead. Yeah, so here's your bonus Seth thing. Again, apologies to whoever dropped this on Facebook and did it. I certainly didn't do it in my preview. But it is interesting, I suppose. For people, yeah. This is really going to be its top end, though. It's not going to scale up from here. And occasionally you'll get this where you only have a swipe that matches one gem. Oof, that was close. See, that is the one downside right there. If you have really bad luck like me, that will happen once in a blue moon with your traps. I think the average person probably wouldn't run into it a ton. You know, me being me. At least we can't be submitted. I hope I kept that move in. I did. We don't have very many traps on the board right now, so... but let's refill the blue. This should probably hit harder, because we're going to have some extra traps, so I'll run it again. And now the blue Royal Rumble plate goes off. Don't get excited. It won't hit that hard. We had a lot of extra traps. That was... So the traps, if you wanted to double down on it and take risk, the traps are would be the way to go. But it's 7 MP, so you'd need a middle lane, right, to get them out. So you can't, until we get a blue-black MP trainer, you wouldn't be able to do that. Just FYI. But if you had a middle lane, you could put the traps out twice if you wanted to do cascade risk. That would hit really hard. Let's try this again. This is what happens when you go off script. Those things don't always work perfectly. For sure. Let's just do this. It does take a while on the resolve time, but the end result is 59 million. And that's about where you end up every time, right around 60 million with those 22 traps like that. Played it a bunch on stream. It was like 57 to 61. That's pretty much about where you're going to top out at. And you really need more traps with that. Like, the more traps, the better. So yeah, I mean, that's not bad, really. That did get me thinking, though, and I'm just, like, completely spitballing this now. Oh, goodness. This is right off the top of my head. Have not tried this. This preview is now going completely off the rails. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. I really need to make a mute button. This is way off course. So Tiffy time plate. What will this do? Less resolve time, so you guys know I'm gonna like that. This is more making Seth slightly more interesting to me. It's 6 MP, right? Both of them? Uh-huh. It is. So let's go Those are the wrong woods anyway. So it would be Santa. This would be Lawler. And Purple Woods. And this would be Santa. And I would definitely keep... Yeah, so this would be Santa. So 3 MP trainers, Lawler, Woods, Santa. 4, 5 for your turn. Santa gives you 6. 6 is all of them. And we're going to run this a couple different ways here. Of course, the Tiffy plate gives you 500% to your blue gem damage. And so I would just go ahead and hit this. And not place them. We're going to just try it with 1. And we're going to throw the traps. Okay. Not enough. That's fine. My big problem with the purple moveset, to be honest, is having to choose gems. I don't like that. My problem with the traps in the Royal Rumble is I don't like the Royal Rumble plate there because there's places I'd much rather use it. And the resolve time. The Tiffy plate potentially solves that. The reason I don't like that. So let's see what 2 does. That was bad. That was my fault. Just straight up, that was my fault. I'm an idiot. I was just not thinking, and I swiped super fast with the 1 match on blues, and we didn't get the match. So that's a Mherex error. 22 trap gems should be enough most of the time. That you're getting at least 2, I would think. That's the other potential problem with the build, though, is 1 isn't enough. Oh, now I'm stuck in this. Alright, thanks, game. Let me just quit. This should hit hard, though. But does it hit hard enough? Really sorry about that, guys. Again, this is what happens when I haven't played it. And I'm just trying it out with what's in my brain. Alright, let's try this again. That. Oops. That. Choose and not place. I mean, you could choose as well. Actually, but then if you choose, you should do like a row break so you get the purple to go off. I don't know if that made any sense at all. $75 million. Still not crazy about the resolve time. That kind of takes the best, though, of both worlds. You get enough gem damage from the 2 purple moves without having to have cascade risk. And then you get more top end off of the traps. You don't need the Z plate for this. So again, the trainers for this are Lawler, Purple Woods, Santa, and then Steamboat. So this kind of mixes the best of both worlds. Not as fast as I would like, but this is probably playable. And that move would be there to bail you out in case you get a situation without a bunch of traps available. $65. Yeah, just enough, huh? Hmm. What does that make you go, hmm? Purple. Sure that works, right? Whatever. I'm just curious here. It would recycle too. 65 again. So just slightly better than the Royal Rumble plate. Hmm. But better enough, I suppose. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stop there. That's kind of what I have, I think. That is interesting. Oh, nope, nope, not gonna stop there. We're using a color turn. Let's add 50% more with Devon specs. When you make color turn gems, it adds 50% to your gem damage. So why not? $67. Not that much more damage, but enough, I think. Also, I don't have the Santa equipped, so it would hit harder because it's a beefy Santa, and I don't want to skew it. So anyway, I guess that's a couple different things. And let me talk about my final thoughts with Seth. I think he's okay. So let me say this a different way. I think Seth is good. I don't think he's good enough, if that makes sense. If you like playing Miz, I think triple black is the easy way to go. And he'll hit really hard. Also, potentially, not triple black, I'm sorry, double black. This moveset, I think that has potential for boss. I mean, you're talking about hitting for 103 million, 110 million outside of boss with this moveset. You get black gems. It's going to hit much harder. So I think he has tons of potential for black boss. So there's that. Um, he obviously can break a blue shield quite well with this. You could use the Royal Rumble, which is just the traps and a swipe. You're going to cap out your damage. You could use this with the Tiffy plate, and you get a little bit higher damage, but not crazy damage. So there's that. And then you could do triple purple, but that takes a lot of clicks, a lot of time, cascade risk, so I'm not really a fan of that personally. Although you could run it. Um, in all, I think my big gripe with Seth is a lot of his gameplay is just older gameplay that isn't as quick and as efficient as the gameplay we have now. Um, maybe the design's a little better than I initially thought because there is a lot of different things you can do. However, those things have their issues, right? If you like Tech Miz, if you don't have maybe a ton of 100% safe turn one super fast killers, I could see you liking Seth. Plus, if you're a Seth mark, you can play him. Like I said, the gear is awesome. The whole vibe, the look is awesome. So I think I'm gonna probably be a little less critical of him than I was initially, but I don't think it's because of the gear. Um, I think he's good. I just don't think he's good enough. But there is some stuff here now that I think you could justify potentially moving him if you're a Seth mark. Like I said, the black boss, the traps are kind of interesting. There's stuff you could play around with and have fun. So he is looking a little bit better than I initially thought, I think. Let me know what you guys. I don't love him though, so like don't get that twisted for sure. I don't love him. I liked a lot of other acros more, but I think I was maybe a little too harsh on him. Just because the gameplay, the 5-match swipe isn't great. Having to choose 2-3 matches to recycle isn't great. The trap does open up some stuff though, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry it went off the rails. I had no intention of making it 26 minutes. I'm really curious on the feedback on this one. So let me know what you... And also, again, shout out to the dude on Facebook that posted his trap Royal Rumble build. Can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. But that was one I didn't think about even messing with, to be honest. So, and that opened up me thinking about these with the Tiffy plate instead, trying to save time. So shout out to you, fella. Good job. And, you know, keep making videos and doing interesting stuff, because, yeah, we don't always catch everything, that's for sure. I certainly don't. So, you know, maybe there's a little more to those trap gems still, and haven't found it yet. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. I do feel better about him. I still don't love him, but I do feel better about Seth.